Welcome to another episode, everyone. Chicago Goons, Chiraq Goons attack Los Angeles once again. They attack LA gang culture, LA culture as a whole, even California culture. They believe that LA is soft. This is what they think, and that Chicago is much more dangerous and much more intense, much more violent than Los Angeles. These individuals say they've been to Los Angeles and that it's not dangerous at all. I believe that they are sadly mistaken. Now, this is not to start anything between the states. It doesn't really make a difference. There are gangsters everywhere, really, for one, even in Alaska. And for two, these individuals and individuals with this sort of rhetoric are just talking about unaliving other black men in the community and who is the most violent towards other black people. This is all the conversation is about. These conversations are indeed heating up even here on the internet with California individuals and individuals from Houston and individuals from Chicago who have been getting on here and making certain comments, but these individuals haven't really been to Los Angeles. We're going to get into that, but check some of this out. I came across this.
Is more dangerous, LA niggas or Chiraq niggas?
I ain't gonna lie, blood. That's not even a question, blood.
I was just gonna say you can't even compare.
See, look, this the difference though now, yeah, because you can't really compare, because it's like a how can I put it, fool? It's like a neighborhood thing. Like y'all really ain't got no trenches for real, Scud. Y'all probably do us probably some shit we never heard of. We got real trenches, blood, and I'll also be like the next alley down from us and shit, like you know. So it really be going on.
It's old block.
I ain't seen no gangster shit happen in LA. I didn't. From nobody.
No? Nah.
Nobody. I don't even know who from LA be doing shit to nobody. I never even heard nothing from LA. I swear to God. Like, I'm not lying. Like, I would really tell y'all, get them people their credit. Like, I'm really not lying. I just don't know nothing about LA. Like,
Wow. That's that. I mean, have you been sleeping under a freaking rock? Are you serious? What do you mean? You never, the man just said, I'm not exaggerating. These are his words. He is. That he has never, that means ever, he's never heard of any gangster stuff happening in Los Angeles, California. He's never heard of it. He only knows about the gangsterism in Chicago and how much of killers they are out there. He's never heard of any ever in the 80s, 90s, nothing. He's never heard of any gangster stuff happening in Los Angeles, California. This sort of talk comes from individuals who have never really been to Los Angeles, California, not to the gang infested parts of Los Angeles, California, where you will quickly, rapidly lose your life. These individuals come from out of state, all of these different individuals, and they go to the Valley. They go to Hollywood and Calabasas. They're hanging out with the Kardashians, and they believe that this is what LA is chopped up to be. You're sadly mistaken. You individuals haven't. What hood have you been to in LA? What hood have you been to and went and hung out in? Besides none. Zero. These individuals come out and they've never been there talking about they have trenches for real out there in Chicago. Are you serious? The gangs in LA have oppositional hoods on the next block, up the street. Deadly wars within a 1 block radius. But again, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to me anyway, because other than I don't want the public misinformed, but believing that LA is soft, listening to these characters and thinking that you can just come to LA. Because if you listen to some of these people on the internet, you would think with the Poetic Flacos and even Jalees and people like this that make comments, Charleston White, about LA, and big homie CC just covered that with another Chiraq individual. They had some stuff to say about Los Angeles, California, and the list goes on. I just don't want people to believe that they can come to LA and that everything is just going to be fine, that they can come to Los Angeles, California and get away with certain things that they would not be able to get away with anywhere else. This is absolutely not true. Allow me to disabuse you of the notion that you can hit LA and be safe if you are in a gang-infested territory and you don't know where you are at. I refuse to go to certain parts of LA. If I do, I'm extremely careful, but I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm at. I know where every hood is at in LA. Every one of them. And I'm still very cautious. I grew up over there. These people crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. They haven't been there. But again, doesn't really matter because we're just talking about who's the most dangerous and the most violent, again, as it relates to one another, as it relates to another brother.
This where we come at it chill, like, you know? Like the hookahs. You know who I heard about? And I ain't even gonna mention that, matter of fact. I ain't even gonna mention it. Because they fighting some shit right now. There's only one nigga I heard about, I swear to God. And that's because they got some shit going on with folk from the city.
All right, so who do you think is more dangerous, LA niggas or Chiraq niggas?
I ain't gonna lie, blood. That's not even a question, blood.
I was just gonna say you can't even compare.
See, look, this the difference though now, yeah, because you can't really compare because it's like a
Boy, these dudes not from LA. You can just see the way they dress, these tight ass jeans on and all this. This ain't really cracking, homie. But okay, there you have it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. You know, shout out to these brothers. It's all love. We all brothers. We all need to find a way to get along from LA to Chicago to New York to everywhere else. Anyway, we need to do our work right here. Do our work in Los Angeles, getting along and putting the weapons down. Because again, not to belabor the point, but we're just talking about who's the most vicious, the most violent, the most dangerous as it relates to taking out one another. So really a conversation that does not need to be had about who's the most violent. None of us are structured, organized, and violent towards anyone but one another. So what difference does it make who is the most violent, who kills the most black men? That's what this discussion is. Who kills the most black men? LA or Chicago? Both have their fair share. Both need to be ashamed of them freaking selves. Both. Period. So I don't even care. I don't even want to hear about who kills the most black men. None of you should be killing black men. You're an enemy to black people. I see you on the street. I see you as an opposition to me. You're an individual who has an affinity for deleting other black people, people who look like you. You have been indoctrinated. I see you. I see a threat. I see an enemy. I see someone I may have to neutralize because he's been so indoctrinated and believes me to be an enemy. My life means nothing to him. Since I know this, then I have to take precaution and necessary steps. You are an enemy to the people if you continue to delete the people. Cause turmoil in the community, then you are an enemy to black progress. You're not one of us. You need to be ousted, exposed, and exterminated. Anyone who is a threat to our freedom, most of these individuals are, because all they care about, think about, and talk about is unaliving another black man. They're quick to pull their trigger on another black man, but refuse to do anything to anyone else. I can't respect that. And that's from LA to Chicago to everywhere else. Let me know what you think in the comments. Ain't neither one of us tough, LA or Chicago. We're all cowards because we ain't doing nothing but harming the people that we can harm and get away with harming. That's a coward move. We are taking the lives of the people whose lives don't matter in this country. And since we know that the lives don't matter in this country, we know, as I've said before, that black deaths go unsolved at a higher rate than anyone else in the country. In other words, you can kill a black man and get away with it. They don't even care about trying to solve the case. Who has been in prison since 1997 for killing Biggie Smalls? They still ain't found the killer. Nearly 30 years. Or it has been 30 years for Tupac, and they just now put somebody in jail 30 years later. And he still hasn't been convicted of anything, because you can kill a black man in this country, even a famous and rich one, and still get away with it. They're not going to spend their resources trying to hunt down the killer, because your life does not matter. The fact that someone took your life doesn't matter to them. They're not going to lose any sleep over it. They're looking to take your life too. They don't believe that you belong here on this earth. They don't believe that I belong here on this earth, not just in this country, on this earth. This is the truth. This is what they believe. And so when you take another black man out, chances are you're going to get away with it. So you're harming the least in society. You're targeting an easy target. You know that if you bring this same fervor to someone else, that they'll bring all the manpower down upon you, locate you, find you, and give you the death penalty. So you stay away from the people who hate you and instead target the people who you are supposed to love, knowing that you have a higher chance of getting away with it because no one cares, including you. That's a coward's move to target the most vulnerable. And black people are the most vulnerable in this country for so many reasons. And so for another black man to target a black man, the most vulnerable amongst us, makes him, in my eyes, a coward. Because he doesn't have this same energy for anyone else. Because it will be viewed differently if he attacks someone else. That's why you're quick to see individuals verbally attacking a black man or woman, physically attacking a black man or woman, because they know that no one is going to bat an eye at this. But they are extremely hesitant to attack anyone else for the same offense of a different ethnicity, because it will be handled and viewed differently. And so they target their own people, knowing that they, again, have a better chance of escaping any consequences. This makes you a coward. You're no different than the KKK. You're targeting the most vulnerable, knowing that you have a better chance of getting away with it, and that's why you're doing it. This is not a man. This is a sheep. So it doesn't matter. None of us are tough. We're all cowards. We're all walking around harming one another and refuse to do anything about real freedom. We refuse to take the government to task. We only take one another to task. I don't respect that. When you know better, you have to do better. I know better now, and most of us do, but continue to do the same thing. I can't respect that. black people, black men in Chicago and LA, get it together. If not, you are going to, from now on, be viewed as an enemy to the people. You're a thugged out gang member who likes to hunt down other black men, then you are an enemy to our race. You're not a part of our race. You are an enemy to our race. You are a black man killer. We don't respect you. You looking to kill another black man. I don't want you around me. I can't trust you. You a race killer. You hate my people, not your people. It's not your people if you're out here killing them. These are my people that you're killing. So I'm going to have to see you as an enemy, as someone who needs to be neutralized, as someone who is an enemy to our progress, a threat. And you are. You are a threat to the community. You are a threat to any black man walking up the freaking street. Well, you need to be treated as a threat to the community and as a threat to black people, not as an ally, but as an opposition, as a threat, because that's what you are. And that's how I see you. Stay safe and stay free, people.